All right, let's get right into it. There's a massive new report out from Microsoft and LinkedIn, and honestly, the findings are pretty mind-blowing. It looks like 2024 is the year AI at work gets real. But, it's not this big, dramatic robot takeover we all imagined. Instead, there's a kind of secret revolution happening at our desks, and it's creating this huge disconnect between what we're all doing and what our bosses even have a clue about. First, just look at this number. 3 out of 4 of us, that's 75% of people in office-type jobs, are now using AI. And this isn't some slow, gradual thing. That number has nearly doubled in just the last 6 months. So yeah, AI is definitely not some niche tool for the tech crowd anymore. It has gone completely and totally mainstream. Which, of course, brings up the big question, right? If pretty much everyone is using it, why does it feel like we're all part of some secret club? This is really the core puzzle of the AI movement at work right now. There's this giant chasm between how many people are using it and how many people are openly talking about it. And here's why. A staggering 78% of us using AI are part of what this report calls a bring your own AI movement. Think about that. We're not waiting around for the company to give us the official software. We're going out, signing up for tools ourselves, and using them kind of under the radar, all because our companies just aren't moving fast enough. And this brings us to the first major disconnect that this research uncovered, this huge gap between what employees need and what company leaders are actually planning for. It's like they're living in 2 totally different realities when it comes to AI. So check this out. This is where it gets crystal clear. On one side, you've got employees who are just drowning in what the report calls digital debt. 68% say they're struggling with the pace and volume of work, and almost half feel totally burned out. So they're grabbing AI like a life raft. And then on the other side, you have the leaders, and they're basically frozen. 59% have no idea how to even measure if AI is worth it, and 60%, a majority, admit they don't have any kind of plan to roll it out. And while the leaders are stuck trying to figure it all out, employees are already seeing incredible results. A full 90% say AI saves them time, 85% say it helps them actually focus on the work that matters. And maybe this is the most important one. 83% say AI helps them enjoy their work more. This isn't just another productivity app. For a lot of people, it's becoming a lifeline. This quote from neuroscientist Michael Platt just nails the bigger picture here. Our brains, they're not really built for all the constant busy work and task switching. And AI has this incredible potential to just take all that drudgery off our plates, freeing up our minds for the stuff that really drives a business forward, like innovation and actual creativity. Okay, so let's move on to the second major disconnect, because this is where this underground AI movement starts to radically shake up the job market itself. The skills you need to get hired and to get ahead are changing faster than ever. And this creates such a fascinating paradox. While nearly half of us are worried that AI is coming for our jobs, more than half of leaders, 55% of them, are actually worried about a talent shortage. They can't find enough people with the right skills. So you've got this fear of being replaced happening at the exact same time as a desperate search for talent. It's wild. And here's why that's happening. The definition of the right skills has basically changed overnight. 2/3 of leaders now say they straight up wouldn't hire someone who doesn't have AI skills. This is no longer a nice to have on your resume. It's quickly becoming a fundamental requirement just to get in the door. And get this, because this is a real game changer. AI skill is actually becoming more valuable than years of experience. An incredible 71% of leaders say they would rather hire a less experienced candidate who gets AI than a more experienced one who doesn't. This just completely flips the traditional career ladder on its head. Now, if you're early in your career, this is a massive opportunity. 77% of leaders agree that AI is going to let them give junior employees much bigger responsibilities much sooner. It's like AI is breaking the career ceiling for a whole new generation of workers who are willing to skill up. But of course, there's a catch. Even though companies desperately need people with these skills, they're not really providing the training. Only about 39% of us have actually received any AI training from our company, and only a quarter of companies are even planning to offer it. This is that training deficit. This is the gap that's fueling the whole bring your own AI movement we talked about. So how do we fix this? How do we bridge all these gaps? Well, the report points to a solution. It's found a specific type of employee who's already living in the future of work. They're calling them the AI power user. So what is an AI power user? Well, the report defines them as someone who's really comfortable with AI, they use it several times a week, and this is the key part, they save over 30 minutes every single day. These are the people who have moved way beyond just playing around with it. They've truly woven AI into how they work. And it turns out they have very specific, learnable habits. Power users are way more likely to constantly experiment with new ways to use AI. Before they start a task, they pause and ask themselves, hey, can AI help with this? And a huge number of them, 85%, use AI to both plan their day in the morning and to wrap things up in the evening. It's a very conscious, very deliberate way of working. But here's the thing. Power users don't just appear out of thin air. They're nurtured. They are 61% more likely to work at a company where the CEO is actively and publicly talking about how important AI is. This just goes to show that leadership from the very top is absolutely critical. And this isn't just some theory. You've got companies like Honeywell putting this into practice right now. They've made AI training a huge priority. They're creating a culture that encourages people to use it, and they're already seeing real, tangible benefits that are transforming how their teams work and innovate. So after all that, what does this actually mean for you? Let's try to boil all this research down into a clear path forward, a way to move from that leadership inertia we saw earlier to real, tangible action. The report lays out 3 key steps. First, don't just adopt AI for the sake of it. Start with a real business problem you have, and then apply AI as the solution. Second, you've got to attack it from both sides. Leaders need to set the vision from the top, while also empowering employees from the bottom up to experiment. And finally, training is just not optional anymore. And it can't be generic. It has to be specific to different jobs and what people actually do all that. Look, at the end of the day, the data here is just undeniable. The AI revolution isn't on its way. It's already here. It's happening in the cubicle or the home office right next to you. So the only question left really is what role you're going to play. Are you going to be a passive observer, just waiting for a memo that might never come? Or are you going to be an active participant in actually shaping the future of how we work?